I had. Okay, so how many of you have found yourselves sometimes saying to yourself, if only I had have bought that investment property, or if only I had have asked that girl out for coffee, you know, if only I had have taken that opportunity, years ago. Look where my friends are, and why aren't I there? I know that I'm better looking, or I got more intelligence, or whatever you say to yourself. But I'm sure many of you have had that conversation. If only I had have. And this is what I want to speak to you about today, because there is a real cost to this phrase. I'm sure you've met many people that have said, "Oh, if only I had have bought property before this COVID thing happened." I mean, man, look at the price of properties. Many people, their property has doubled in value. Okay, so other people, they said to themselves, I could have perhaps gone into business, but I just wanted to play it safe, and I wanted to make sure that there was things on, food on the table, a roof over the head. And I get that. But I want to speak to why this could possibly be one of the most costly thoughts that ever enter the human head. So let me get my little whiteboard here, and I want to show you what causes a lot of people to have this if only moment. See, most people, I would say at least 70% of people live in, that's the wrong one, live in this place here. This is called the comfort zone. What's the comfort zone? That's that place where, as long as you don't do anything wrong, as long as you don't do anything stupid, you know that there will be food on the table, a roof over the head, and tomorrow you know what's going to happen. You're comfortable with your life. And getting comfortable is one of the most hazardous things you can do for your wealth, because I urge all of you to understand that when you break past your comfort zone, you then go into this cool place, which we call the growth zone. Now, in this growth zone, this is where you start to learn more skills. This is where you start to develop new abilities. You start to get different outcomes, perhaps better outcomes. In many cases, most cases, a lot of people have better outcomes. Let me give you a prime example as a business consultant. Because obviously I've worked with thousands of business owners out there. One of the challenges that they have is they may have a poor staff member, team member in their company, and they put up with this poor attitude, poor performance, and poor results from this employee, even though they have certain standards that they want met. Very often the business owners come down to the standards of the employee that may not be meeting their needs. We ask ourselves, why is that? Well, the chances are they're worried quite reasonably. Will I get somebody else? How will I find another staff member? Where will I get the time to train somebody else up? And you know what, I can tell you just from many, many years of very expensive experience, nearly without exception, when they do free that individual up for other opportunities, someone better comes along, okay? But it's scary to get rid of the known to take on the unknown. Is this making sense? So what happens when you get into the growth zone? Well, I can tell you, when I stepped into the growth zone, very, very quickly, this started happening to me. Seriously, the amount of dollars that started coming into my back pocket after I started developing the knowledge of sales, marketing, business, it was quite extraordinary. For 15 years, I battled trying to make a decent dollar. And then Here's something I want you to understand as well. Only through shock comes change. And where I'm coming to on this is because I met this very special, well, she was my girlfriend, pretty amazing lady. She's now my ex-girlfriend, to tell you the truth, because she became my wife. But at the time, she was just this vision of loveliness, and I knew I wanted to marry her. But at the time, I wasn't able to provide the life I wanted for her. So at the time, again, I started to think, well, you know what? I'm living in this comfort zone. It's not a great life. But if I start learning new skills and I start learning how to market and get serious about creating a real business, then, I'll be able to generate the income so that I can provide the life that I wanted to for my family. And that's what really shocked me and said, wake up to yourself. I was like, whack, okay, I got to do something. I got to do better, man. I got to do better for the family. And thankfully, she did marry me. And 24 years later now, she's still with me. Crazy girl. But the point is, these days I live the life that I dreamed about back then. And the only reason I do get to live that life is because I didn't want to have that if-only moment happen to me. So I say to all of you, one of the most expensive things you can do is have an if-only moment. So if some of you are thinking about developing new skills, well, it just so happens that I may be able to assist. These are some of the skill sets that I've developed over the last, 25 years, maybe more. I've put all of my knowledge of helping business owners and growing my own companies into a business consulting process, a very systematic method for generating mid-6 and 7 figures for, if you follow the methodology, you've got a good chance. I'm not saying you're going to make any money because I don't know you, and I better be careful because I don't want lawyers chasing me. But I can tell you it's helped many people create fantastic lives for themselves. And I believe it's the simplest, most lucrative and personally rewarding business on the planet. So if you want to know more about it, you can put interested down there below, and I'll be able to send you a fast start information kit. Or if you go check out the URL, which is here, streetsmartbusinessadvisors.com.au, I'm doing another training. It's probably going to be the last training I do for a long time. And I've got a very special person that's going to be mentoring you over 12 months as well. His name's Darren Stevens. So if you want to know more about how the two of us are going to take a handful of people and really help them build a new business for themselves, let them learn new skill sets and really start to live better lives financially and from a freedom perspective, then go check out the webinar. You will see how it is possible for many people to step out of that comfort zone, and we'll hold your hand while we step you into the growth zone. And when you learn these skills, you'll be shocked at just what is possible and what you could do. Before I go, I took on some new advisors, just a handful of people, because I guess I got bored. And so I took on a handful of people and started teaching them some of these skill sets a few weeks ago. Already, they've got clients paying them $1,500 a month each at the moment. So one of my advisors has got 2 clients paying $1,500 a month as they're just starting out. Another client just got offered a business, a whole running business that they could have if only they would help the business owner. Okay, so, these are sort of opportunities that come along, quite often for my students. And again, if this sounds exciting to you, check out the URL, streetsmartbusinessadvisors.com.au. Take the time to watch the webinar. It really could be the thing that changes your world and helps you start to have a different life. I hope this helps. I hope I'm the right message for the right person at the right time. And I look forward to hopefully talking to you sometime in the future. Again, if you do want me to send you a fast start kit about consulting, just put interested down below and I'll shoot something out to you. Alternatively, go check out the webinar, and I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.